Episode of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade, at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And so today's topic, we are on Financial Freedom Sunday. Yay! Also, one of my favorite days of the week. We're going to be talking about soul clients and financial freedom for spiritual entrepreneurs who want more life work balance. You want to work with your soul clients, right? And you don't want to just trade time for money. You actually want to have multiple streams of income. Can I get a thumbs up, like, an amen, heck yes, in the comments for that? And I'm going to be talking about a book that inspired me many years ago. So I'm going to be talking about this at the end, multiple streams of coaching income. And I'm actually going to read a little bit from that. I'm going to pull a card at the end of this live stream as well. I'm loving that card. I actually needed that today. That's from the Keepers of the Light. So in this episode, as we navigate life, spiritual business, and talk about what is success, what success means for you, what does success mean for you in terms of working with your soul clients and having financial freedom, and are you good with that energy exchange, right? I know sometimes we get a little bit out of balance, right? So we're going to talk about ring your vibrational frequency, my vibrational frequency as well, because this is a very practical podcast. We talk about intentions. We're going to talk about vision boards next in the next segment. We're going to express gratitude, what I call the Seven Freedoms Frequency way, the Cheers to Financial Freedom, which is very fitting because every single day I go live for this daily podcast, the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching on the YouTube channel, then welcome. If you're listening along to this podcast, then welcome. And if you're watching this in the Soul Legacy Academy, which I'm the founder of, then welcome. Because every single day is about raising your vibrational frequency. It's about giving what we're serving, showing up, speaking out, and serving deep as a spiritual entrepreneur, doing our light work in the world, and then being okay with receiving and having everything else in between. So that Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency is about expressing gratitude in every single area of your life. And so those areas are contribution freedom. The seven freedoms are contribution freedom. On Mondays, I talk about on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, health freedom on Tuesdays, emotional freedom on Wednesdays, environmental freedom on Thursdays, relationship freedom on Saturdays. Spiritual freedom was yesterday, and today is financial freedom for spiritual entrepreneurs, working with your soul clients. And again, the book, The Multiple Streams of Income, many years ago, really inspired me. And I will link that actually to the environment that I'm going to go in. I'm gonna go see my sister-in-law, and I think that's where I bought that book about 12 years ago. So that's like, when the universe gives you a whole full circle, that's where I'm at. So we're going to talk about how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day in terms of working with your soul clients and what that financial freedom would mean to you if you had it. And if you've got it, then great. We're going to talk about the next 1 to 3 soul-guided action steps that you can take to be in alignment, to actually move and with ease, grace, and flow and meet the universe in the middle. We're going to play the soul income game, which we play every single day. And I want to make reaching your financial freedom goals fun, right? So if it's not, one of my biggest values on this podcast, like, is living in alignment with your values. So we live in alignment with your vision, your values, and raise your vibration. And one of my biggest values is fun. Obviously, honesty, integrity, love, and freedom, etc. But fun. If it's not fun, I'm not doing it. And that's one of the reasons why I show up live on this podcast and then repurpose it, YouTube podcast. I don't edit because I don't feel like editing's fun. I don't edit a conversation that I would have with you. So I'm not about to edit a video. So what you get is raw and real, right? Excuse me. I was going to say with mistakes and all, but there are no mistakes. All right. So we're going to take you, play the soul income game. Excuse me. I'm going to talk about the book and pull the card. I'm just having a sip of my decaf coffee. And then I'm going to invite you to come and have a coffee with me. I'm calling in my soul tribe. I am calling in my soul tribe. So I'm going to give you an invitation. If you haven't already been to my free monthly networking call, I'm the producer of the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, for spiritual entrepreneurs who want to start a YouTube and a podcast and who have a movement inside of them. For those of you who have a movement, this will be an amazing call for you. And not everybody has a movement. Not everybody is in alignment with their purpose. And not everybody wants to actually align their movement, the message, and the money. And I realized that, so that when you do come to that call, know that I will be on the call, but know that, and invite others that you know, help me grow this, help me raise the vibration of the collective. Know that it will be, I'm calling in my soul tribe, it will be people that get you, get it. Don't think you're weird, don't think you're crazy, will root for your success, will love it up on you. So that's happening. I'm getting these calls going on the last Monday of the month. No, first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. All right. And so I'll stream it out to the group. We have a group and a Facebook group, etc. What I will do is leave all of the links in the show notes and in the description box. Okay. So before I dive into the episode and we rate our vibrational frequency together, as I say, I kind of like to link and see what, share what's going on for me, because this initially is for me. This showing up daily and setting intentions and living an intentional life is me walking my own talk, practicing what I preach, because I feel like there's nothing worse than going out there and listening to this person, that person get pushed and pulled, and then 5 years later you decide that you hear that they don't do what it is that they've told you to do, and it's out of alignment and their life has crashed and burned and you've never known about it. And I want to share my successes, I want to share my highs, my lows. I am quite a private person, and I know that some of us as spiritual entrepreneurs, as light workers, when we want to get our gifts out in the world, we have a fear of being visible, right? And so I want to call in my soul tribe who are willing to be visible. If you're not willing to be visible and you're going to stay behind closed doors, it's going to impact your business. It's going to impact how many people that you reach, which also impacts the amount of clients that you have, which also impacts your movement and also impacts your financial freedom. So I really wanted to call in my soul tribe and be in alignment and be visible, right? Like, I don't love camera. But I decided, you know what, I'm just going to show up anyway. I'm going to show up raw and real, unedited, and share with you what's going on for me as well. Again, the highs and lows. So I think that just having a conversation as a form of marketing is just the most beautiful thing ever, just connecting soul to soul. So again, this is for me, it's for you, it's for my students, it's for my readers of my book. I really wanted to find a way that we as spiritual entrepreneurs feel good about having a conversation with the people that we're here to serve, so that we can attract those soul clients, so that we feel worthy of manifesting financial freedom. And we play the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, and we stand and we say, yeah, absolutely. Like, you'll see other people brag, oh, I made $1 million, I made this, I made 6 figures. That whole, like, is it 10K months, that whole movement around that, whatever that is, and then us comparing and feeling less than. But a lot of the time, people are doing things that I would never do in business, and I'll talk about the multiple streams of income. And people would never do the things that I don't want to do, the things that some people do to build their business. Yes, we do like one-on-ones at first, and I do one-on-one sessions. I've done one-on-one sessions. It's not the model. I will do it again because I'm kind of getting scrappy coming back online right now. But it's not the model that, I teach to do forever. It's like, okay, 50 days, maybe like 100 days, whatever. I've committed to do it for a while until I replace it with my one-to-many call again. And when you're starting out, being in conversation with your soul clients and enrolling, or not making an offer to your soul clients, means that you probably don't have financial freedom, and you are repelling and pushing away your soul clients and serving them for whatever reason. I used to have a fear of failure, fear of success, and fear of selling. And I built my business based on that, so that I could any kind of fear that you might have, like fear of success, I was like, well, actually, what does success feel like? Let's start from where we are. Just start with the little wins, start doing the little things and show up and be who you are and serve from where you are, and have people around you that root for your success and actually see what success really looks like. Really try it on as we visualize, as we set the intention. And so what I've noticed is from, say, even last week to this week, from Financial Freedom Sunday, life keeps life keeps changing, and I've set my intentions, I come on and I share what's going on for me, and life keeps life in. Like, if we don't, like, time just goes, right? We don't have control of time, it's an illusion anyway. But if you're not taking those actions in your business to reach out to your soul clients or to build a business where you can serve beyond just trading time for money, what are you doing? If you're not doing that, what are you doing? That's what I want to know. What are you doing? A lot of people that I speak to, my students included, come to me and they're like, I don't know what my next step is, or I feel overwhelmed, or there's so many things to do, and really working with soul clients is the most natural thing to us. It's the business and the money side of stuff that trips us up. And I really want to support you in getting a handle on that and feeling good about that. So every single week, we will come back to financial freedom. So that's 4 times in a month. Really, you want to be tracking your money every day. Like I talk about, tithing every single day, visually, and spending our vibrational money voucher, which I'll share in the latest segment when I talk about the soul income game. And really, you want to be looking at your bank and seeing what's coming in and what's going out as well. And if you work with me, that's what I will get you to do. Once you get going, once you're actually set up we have the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, where we do it here vibrationally, but we do it in the physical. And so between last week and this week, for me, it's not that I haven't had client calls. I haven't had my masterclass is due to be live tomorrow, and I'm skipping it. I'm skipping one. I've actually relocated from last week to this week. I don't even know if I knew I was coming here last week. I don't think I did. But what I did do was I begged the universe for a different environment so that I am being real. I begged, I begged, and then I begged the universe, and I begged people, like, please help me to be in an environment that is conducive with my vision, my values, and my vibration, because it wasn't. And that's on me. Do you know what I mean? That's my choice. I'm not saying there's any, blame or what have you. That's on me. When you do something, because I gave up my home, and I had a friend that said, I've got you, and she supported me, and I'm super grateful for that. However, because I've grown as a person, and this has helped spark me, this is my lesson. This is not to say, oh, that absolutely wasn't the environment for me up to that point. It absolutely was, because I've come out of it a better woman, and I've come out of it understanding me more and understanding how important it is for us as spiritual entrepreneurs, as light workers, to be in dark places so that we can come out and birth light, and be in those dark places so that we know that we can choose to work with our soul clients and have financial freedom, so that we can have freedom in all of those other areas of our life. I want to travel while I teach, right? And so by being in an environment where I was not able to be on my calls and record as much, the internet was down. It was an open plan house, so like, I don't watch TV. Lots of people do, millions of people do, but I don't. And so having that on all of the time was like really draining for me as an empath. And I'm not saying somebody else shouldn't do whatever they need to do in the house, but that was on me. I'd given up my home, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to London. I'm going to do all these things. And then I had to course correct. So now being here, it feels more aligned. And I know that we get lessons that we need. And the lesson I was watching I don't know, let me know if you know Dolores Cannon. I think that's her name. I came across a video. I shared it on my Facebook earlier or yesterday, and I tagged a bunch of people in it. I'm like, you need to hear this. And she said, the universe is testing you. And people say that all the time. It's like, universe is testing me. I chose not to really believe that. I'm like, we're not being tested. We're just up leveling. Anyway, I said last week that my daughter was like, Mum, this is like the universe is giving you more than a lesson. It's giving you a lecture. And I'm like, I know. And she's like, I wonder what the lesson is. I was like, well, I think it's this. And she's like, I think it's bigger than that. This is my daughter. She's 20. So I was like, well, I couldn't see the actual lesson. I'm just like, this has to change. Like, I can't be in the position where I can't do my work freely this way and speak my message. Because you might be in an environment where it's noisy, or it's, you've got people around you who don't get it or don't support you and don't understand it, not being nasty, not being what have you, but just not understanding what you're doing and why you're doing it. And you might feel crazy. So having that lesson of, okay, this is the contrast that you needed to birth, because being in an environment where you don't feel like you belong, being in an environment that is low vibrational, being in an environment where it's not in alignment with your values or your vision, it actually gave me more tools to say, you know what, those obstacles, those tests, as Dolores Karen said, they're normal on the path. They're not to be the thing to be resistant. And I was right. I was like, this is not no, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, there was points that, and I'm hormonal, so and there was points I'm like, no, dude, that I'm done. But there were points where I just was going with the flow. I'd go to sleep. It was like, whatever that is, Abraham Hicks said, like clearing, you're not in that vibration, go to sleep. And it's like, I can't nap all day. I've got work to do. And so I begged for the universe to give me the place. Like, I will meet you in the middle, but you also, it's that surrendering. You also have to bring me as a light worker, as a spiritual entrepreneur. I'm doing my bit. I'm showing up. I'm speaking out. I'm serving deep. You know what I mean? Those times where you're like, where are my soul clients? Where is that financial freedom? Building my business again after coming offline again, because I've done that at different points, going through different spiritual awakenings. And the last one was through fostering 3 children. So I did something that I'm really proud of myself for, fostering 3 children under 5 at almost 50. And I'm really grateful for that experience. And then ending that experience, and I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. I'm building my business again. I'm going to be super passionate about it. And I am. But the environment made me check it. It took me back to being connected to why I built my business in the first place. It took me back to, it's not just about clients and the ideal clients. It's your soul clients and that soul contract. And it's not about just building a business and just earning money. I can do that. Do you know what I mean? I can do that. If I wanted to work one-to-one, that doesn't spell financial freedom. The financial freedom for me is not about the number. It's about the multiple streams of income that I'm going to talk about for this book. Does that make sense? So it's building my business in a certain way. So if you've got an idea, a vision to reach millions of people, what does your business model look like? Can you handle that? And I often say this: if I sent you 1,000 people who were ideal to work with you, 1,000 people, you're like, yes, you could charge whatever it is that you liked. Are you ready to work with them? Like, could they just click a button and work with you? 1,000 people, you'd be like, I don't know what, whatever price, whatever that financial freedom is, can you work with 1,000 people today, right now? Because people are telling you, go out and build a list, and then you're going out and doing this and building a list about I don't know what, especially when you haven't served enough people. And then if that actual list building actually worked, would you be able to handle? And that's why not having the business model, not having the what have you, is repelling so many things. so many things. It's repelling your soul clients, and it's because you're like, well, I wouldn't want to do that. And many people don't want to get on a phone call at all, but they want to have $1 million a year business or a 10K month or something. Those people that are having those 10K months, trust me, they're getting on a call, or they've got team getting on a call. But I can see a lot of people sitting saying, yeah, I don't want to do that. You haven't got that in your business. Have you got an enrollment spot in your business to work with your soul clients, to filter out those people who are not your soul clients, to call in the people that you can? And if 1,000 people came to me, I could absolutely work with them today. So go to the soullegacyacademy.com and sign up for my 5-day challenge on my bootcamp. Right? Absolutely. You know, and do I know how many people that I need to enroll in order to hit 50K in 50 days? Absolutely. So we do the maths. I'm going to invite you to do the maths when we do the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge, and we think about your soul clients. Your soul clients are waiting for you to get out of your own way and just move through what it is to be really intentional. And, you know, I'm not trying to sound preachy or judgy or what have you. I'm just saying that sometimes we go through rough times, but there will be smooth. And that's why I want to share like what I'm doing week to week, because I've never seen anyone document the journey. I've seen people say, oh, well, years ago, I did this and this happened. And you know, that skepticism is like, did that really? The dates don't add up. Did that you've said one thing one day and then you said another. If you like share your story from way back, whatever it is, it's like, what's happening now? You might have a great story that I'm going to get into that episode. I don't know why. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. I don't know why this came about or what key search terms I was searching. I'm not sure. Probably around finances and money and jobs and careers. And I know that my next video is like finding your soul tribe. So I was doing research around that. But anyway, I don't know where it came up. It was an article, I think. There was an article. Anyway, this article had celebrities who had to go and get a job. Like a lot, I'm not going to name any, but this article, like celebrities that are no longer, that like for celebrities that have gone bankrupt, celebrities that were super, super, super famous and influential, who I don't know, like for whatever reason didn't continue, you know, working in that career, made poor money choices. A lot were around taxes that I saw. People that you would not think, and it's like they have to go and get a job. And I'm like, as a spiritual entrepreneur, that for me feels, and I've done it and I've been doing it, don't get me wrong. And there's no judgment on that. But for, you know, when you think success, I talk about spiritual business success. And it's like, what does success mean to you? Does it mean this like thing that goes away after a while? Do you know what I mean? I really want to support you in building a business that is sustainable. And that if you have to go get a job and do that while you do it, then that's absolutely fine. But I think there's a lot of people thinking that it will never happen for them, or it should have happened already. And because it hasn't happened, it won't happen. It will happen, but you do have to take action. With that said, let's dive into the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. The first segment we do is rating our vibrational frequency. So how are you feeling today? Nobody's asked you, how are you feeling today? Rate your vibration between a 1 and 11. And if you're leaving comments somewhere where this is streamed out that doesn't allow me to pull in comments, I can't see them. So I do apologize. I know that some people have hopped in, some people have hopped off. And when I speak to you directly, you're like, hop off. And I think that's really funny. So if you're listening to this on the replay or watching this on the replay because you've hopped off and then you've come back, absolutely fine. But if you are somebody who watches me regularly, which I know there will be, or listens to me regularly, and you never comment ever on anybody's stuff, not just mine, then know that that's the vibe that you're putting out there. But also know that there's a fear around being visible. And in order to be visible in front of you, if you comment on here and then other people see it, they'll see you. You know, in our community, I want to showcase everybody's YouTube channel. There's very few people that have posted their YouTube channel, right? I'm like, are you a spiritual entrepreneur with a movement, a YouTube and a podcast? Fair enough that Facebook is hiding the comments, right? But like, being visible is real. We've got a video visibility challenge. I want to know what it is that you do, who it is that you do it for. Do you get what I mean? So, you know, if you're watching this, take some kind of action. And I know that we all get busy. I know that we've all got lots of things to do, and that's okay. But if you are someone who comes back and watches me regularly, let me know who you are. Let the world know who you are and what you're here for, right? Let the world know who your soul clients is, who your soul clients are. What I noticed is, and I'm going to talk about this in the video, about needing to find your soul tribe, how to find your soul tribe, that instead of being in that engagement mode and that conversation mode, there are so many of us, and this book talks about it, trying to take, get, not offer value first, like get, come and be a client, come and work with me when we don't even know you. Do you know what I mean? Apart from just being visible, apart from hiding behind closed doors, and only being visible when you're asking somebody to be a client because you need to pay your bills, that's not a way to be in service. It's just not. And if you're doing that, I invite you to stop. And I know that you're not, if you are doing that, it's not because you're doing that because you think that's the right thing to do. It's probably because you don't know what else to do. And you probably think that you've not got a lot of time to market your business. But if you're in business, I mean, people that are in business, big companies, the gurus that you follow, spend hours and hours and hours and hours on marketing, getting a team together who market for them, and us as spiritual entrepreneurs, yeah, that M word, not doing it, don't want to do it, doesn't feel aligned, feels super salesy. I'm not doing it. I'm just gifted. Like, how is that going to work? It's like, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So rate your vibrational frequency between a 1 and an 11. How are you feeling today? I rate my vibration around my financial freedom, and every single day we rate our vibrational frequency. And I would say mine is an 11. When I call in the money, it comes. And I'll express gratitude as well. When I call in the money, it comes. There's points and times where I'm like, okay. And, you know, as you're building things up and you're recording, which I couldn't record that much. And when I was recording, there was background noise or toilet flushes or whatever. And I love my work. And I'm like, once I'm done, I want it to be there for years. So I was like, oh my gosh, you know, how am I actually going to manage to do this in this environment? And the answer was, you know, try and push through. And then the answer was just like, no, it's crazy. So rate your vibrational frequency around financial freedom. Is it a 1 or is it an 11? And I'm getting messages. So if my phone is actually flashing, then yeah. Anyway, all right. So 111 being soul funk or soul flow. Vision boards. Okay. So visualization for me feels like just playing games with the mind and games with your energy and trying things on and taking them off and just seeing what things would feel like in each area of your life, including the financial freedom. So I want to make the Bank 50K in 50 Days fun. So you visualize each area of your life. If you were working with your soul clients and you have the financial freedom that you desire, that we all desire, right? What would life look and feel like for you in every single area? Okay. I have a 7-day spiritual business vision board for more life work balance for spiritual entrepreneurs. So you can balance your light work and your lifestyle in those 7 areas, right? And so in the show notes and the description, you'll see a link to it. I do it. It's an annual challenge that happens there's replays already. I did one in July. It happens annually on the 2nd week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time. Every single day we split each area of your life up and we break it down, including finances, and getting really clear and seeing trying on the vibrational frequency of what it would feel like to have that financial freedom. I love it. I love the vision board challenge, and I'm really looking forward to doing it again. I did it in July, but we'll do it annually, and we'll see how the universe is played out and tell the story, like really observing your life. Really like, what does what is it called? The book, The Untethered Soul. Gary Zukav? No, Michael Singer. Like witnessing and observing, sitting back and witnessing. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's getting to look at life and money and energy and seeing things as at the energetic frequency of where you are through the lens of your soul and feeling that. It's just so beautiful. So I do invite you to do the vision board challenge and share it out. If you know of anyone, buddy up and get to the end of it. A lot of people start it and a lot of people don't finish it. And that's kind of probably what we do in other areas of our life. You want to get to the end of it. You want to finish it. You want to say to the universe, every single area of my life is important to me. It matters to me. I'm not pushed and pulled by life because I'm a powerful creator and I manifest my destiny. I manifest my life. And of course, I've got time to do that every day for a week or 2 weeks even. Of course I have. So let's talk about the Chase to Financial Freedom frequency. I do have my gratitude stone. I didn't have it yesterday. It's a love heart that my daughter gave me when she was little. She's 20 now. And we express gratitude for the things that are on your vision board. So if you don't take time to do the 7-day vision board challenge, and you might have done a vision board before, but this vision board challenge, it's a free challenge. It's, it's on the replay at the Soul Legacy TV. It specifically goes into your area 7 areas of your life, so that this podcast, this YouTube podcast, is a follow-on from that. So when we break down the financial freedom, and we break down the spirituality and your relationships and your health and your environment and your contribution and your emotions, every single day I'm setting those intentions with you in order to be at the vibrational match for your vision board. So 4 times in a month, we check in with your financial freedom, because how many times life gets busy, life be lifing, and it's like, oh, what was that I was doing again? Oh, do you know what I mean? So we say thank you, we say gratitude, we say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate whatever is going on for you. I love this part. And sometimes, and you'll see by the card that I get today, sometimes we get caught up in the distractions or the challenges or the obstacles or the what have you. And we forget to be grateful for that, and forget to be grateful for the people that show up in our lives to share that challenge or the circumstances, whatever that is. So let's bring what I call the 7 Freedoms frequency into the 7 Freedoms frequency podcast and raise our vibration. I'm raising my vibration, you raise your vibration, we raise the vibration of the collective, one person at a time. And that starts with us. It's not about pointing fingers going, you need to do this, you need to do that. We get to do it for ourselves. And what does Wayne Dyer say? The way that when we change the way that we look at things that we look at change. So if you don't feel like you've got that much to be grateful for in the moment, then think of something in the past or think of something in the predicted future that's on your vision board, okay? All right, so I say I'm happy, and we'll bring each area of the 7 areas. So for contribution, and this is what I call soul speaking into existence. And you'll see how much I've soul spoken into existence. When I talk about this book, I'm like, wow, all of a sudden when you think things are not manifesting, and you go full circle and the universe says, here, look, we've done it. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate the book, Multiple Streams of Income. It was Coaching Income. The Future of Coaching is Now. It's by an author called Andrea Lee. You can see how old this book is. I'm really happy and grateful and appreciate authors, their contribution to me. And being an author, that contribution that you get to make is massive, absolutely huge. You get to write down your ideas, your thoughts, what have you, and put it out there into the universe and have people buy your books. I love it. I'm happy and I'm grateful and I know how. I'm happy and I'm grateful, and I appreciate health freedom. Now, last week, this week, on the health freedom, I dipped. And so what I say is rate your vibrational frequency every single day, and then add up your frequency at the end of the week. So when we rate between 1 and 11, whether we're in soul funk or soul flow, and then at the end of the week today, we add them up. So I've added all mine up so you can get a score, a vibrational frequency score between 7 and 77. And mine is 75 because the health freedom dipped. And it wasn't all day, I was hormonal and what have you. But then I say, what can you do to set the intention for the next week? Like, where can you shift? So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate that in my inbox, I think it was 2 days ago, it's Sunday now, maybe Friday, I'm not sure, that the gym that I was going to, where I was, the gym was quite far. And I was walking and whatever. Anyway, it didn't feel in alignment to keep on going. And I was like, okay, well, let me pause the gym membership and I will do it when I can actually get there. And I was doing my lives and I was doing my interview series. And I'm like, okay, well, these funds are going to go over here and do some ads and stuff. So anyway, I got the gym membership came back into my inbox. And it's like, oh, well, you can have 50% off. Now you think, well, that isn't money, but it is. It's still manifesting. And I'm like, well, I can't not do it for that. But when I went to London and I did the gym membership, I went to the gym for the first time properly to do weights the day after I got there. And so I joined the gym and I got here yesterday, and tomorrow, which is Monday, I'm going to be going to the gym here. And I'm like, I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate that when my health dipped, it wasn't just my physical health, it was my mental health, my emotional health, my environmental health, my spiritual health was dipping. And I'm like, what can I do? And I asked out in the universe and setting the intention, and that has manifested. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the opportunity that comes when you set the intention around my health. And I feel healthy. I feel a lot better anyway, regardless. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate emotional freedom. I appreciate laughter and love. I don't know why my mic's going on off. Love and laughter. I saw a quote that I used to have on my wall: live every moment, laugh every day, and love beyond words. That just reminded me, I'm like, that is powerful. I'm happy and so I'm grateful for the wall. I had it on my bedroom wall for years, and I was going to say 11 years, but it wasn't. Years and years and years and years and years and years. And then I don't have that home, but I came to this environment yesterday and I'm like, oh wow, happy and grateful and appreciate environmental freedom. I woke up in nature, baby. I posted a picture and a video of just the back garden's massive, and it's backs onto like a huge park that I used to be in, playing when I was young. And where I am now is like a second hometown. And I thought about it actually, and I was like, oh my gosh, my dad, well, we grew up here and my brothers are here and family's here. And I'm like, wow, I haven't lived here for like 15 years. I came to stay, like I said, when I had that book, when I split up with my ex-husband and I was trying to figure out coaching. So it was like 11 years ago, but I hadn't lived here for years and years and years. And I feel my dad in this environment. It reminds me of my childhood. So I'm happy and grateful for that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate relationships, like with my niece and her son is amazing. And my niece, this is the same niece I've been talking about a lot. And I had said on one of the Relationship Freedom Fridays that when my daughter was little, she used to watch, and she was really close to my son as well. My son passed. And so when she saw me with my daughter, and I would bend down and I'd say, I love you, like you're the best daughter in the world, like kind of thing. And she'd look up and she'd say, love you, mummy, you're the best mummy in the world. And she was young, and she had said to herself in that moment, I didn't know, that she wants that. And she's gone on a really big mama journey to be a mama. And now she's got a little boy, and you know, we've been chatting, and he's been chatting to me. He's like, Auntie Noni, blah blah blah, and it's just so beautiful to see she fought for it. She fought for him. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate relationships. Spiritual freedom. I'm happy. I'm laughing because the spiritual freedom, knowing the up leveling process, I'm like, oh, I got the memo. Whether I'll remember it and forget it again, I don't know, probably. But well, doing this live, maybe not. But in this daily podcast, maybe not. But understanding that and being guided and being recommended the lady by my daughter's father, which was a random conversation anyway, that it was really out of the blue, and we hadn't spoken for years, and we haven't spoken since. And he guided me, and years prior to that, he told me about the path less traveled, the road less traveled, and I talk about it now to this day. That was a random conversation as well. You know, when you just have the people in your life for that rhyme, reason, and that season. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate being able to, you know, go join the gym again. I'm really happy about that. So how you launch your day, leave your day, and leave your day is the next segment. So I'm the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy. So I'm all about launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day with ease, grace, and flow. And so being in a new environment as of yesterday evening, it's like about 24 hours, not even quite. It's getting that routine and, you know, situating myself, and I'm going to be staying at my sister-in-law's again, which I was saying about the book. And then coming here as well, you know, just to set up this working space. So having sleepovers, my niece's son said, and I said, yeah. But how I launch my day and leave my day, I've injected the gym into my week, which feels amazing. I know that I'll be walking, I'll make sure I walk out in nature. I've got my calls on my schedule for my work no matter where I am. So that keeps me grounded and keeps me structured anyway. And I've just increased things. I've increased like doing my videos when I'm going to do my videos. That's starting next month. So like actually recording them. So I'm really happy, and I am grateful that I'm able to now launch my day. This is the first time in 3 months or something to be in the house on my own, because my friend in London isn't very well. She's got health conditions. Not going to talk out of business, obviously, but she was in, and I was in. Do you know what I mean? And so this is the first time to have a whole entire day in months to work and to have my head clear. That's feels crazy to me. This is now not my norm, so making that my norm is lovely. And you know, I had the children, 3 children under 5 and fostering. I did have weekends. I did have some weekends, but it was that over the holidays, a couple of times I'm like, actually, I need this time to write my book. But they'd go on a Saturday morning early and then come back on the Sunday night. So I'm like, it's not like I see you on the Saturday and I see them on the Sunday. So it wasn't, do you know what I mean? It's like, so this is like huge, just to have that time. So how I'm launching my day, leading my day, is like there's a vacuum there. There's the time that I really do need to be able to record. And if you're, you know, a spiritual entrepreneur, light worker who hasn't got that time, I know, I get it, and it is hard. But because I teach intentional living, it's like, okay, well, look at your calendar and see where you can for the snippets. And if it's going to take you twice as long as you'd like, at least you're going to get there, rather than not doing it at all, right? Or call in a different experience. I begged. All right. So how do you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day, right? Is it in alignment with working with your soul clients? Do you have that time? Or are you working a job, or do you have to care for others, children, family, what have you? And what can you do? The next segment is taking 3 soul guided action steps to alter that, to meet in the middle of being in, like, doing the actions, but also the energy, anything that's going to help you. It might be something that's completely indirect, but whatever, you get to choose 1 to 3 actions around your financial freedom. It might be letting go of something so you've got more time. It might be increasing something. It might be going and getting a job. It can be lots of different things. So the soul income game, bank 50K in 50 days. Love it. I've got so many money books here. I've got the Miracle Morning for Millionaires. I couldn't decide. I was like, which one do I want today? Think and Grow Rich. Speed Wealth. How to Make $1 million in Your Business in 3 years or less. Not yet. Get Clients Now. I love that book. I haven't read it for ages. I looked at it today and I'm thinking that's and a happy pocket full of money. I've got, looking over there, I've got The Millionaire Messenger. Oh gosh, sorry, apologies. Are we good? I don't know what's happened. Do you know what? I've got an alarm that says take the dogs out, or let the dogs out. If anybody knows me, they know I'm not a dog person. My niece has got dogs. I'm like, ah! So I put an alarm because I just was not used to that. So, and the alarm's going to go off in 10 minutes. All right. So the soul income game, the bank 50K in 50 days, this journal, the Soul Legacy Journal, Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for lightworkers. It is going to go off because I'm going to take more than 10 minutes. Gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day in a vibrational money voucher. Don't ask me for money. And we get to spend it. We get to tithe 10%. We get to spend the rest. We don't get to save. And we don't get to pay bills because they're all taken care of, right? So you write down, you actually go to wherever it is that you want to go, like tithing to a worthy cause. My worthy cause, I'm in a weird screen. My worthy cause is Compassionate Friends, which is a charity for bereaved parents, because I am one. And I dedicate my work to my son. And then you spend the money. Now, I like to carry over the money to the Sunday. You can carry it over to the next day if you want to make a bigger purchase. And then you have to spend it on Sunday. And if you do not spend it on Sunday, you lose. Hey, Alice. How are you doing? I'm sorry about the it doesn't even say that you're on here, love. I don't think in terms of financial, I used to in some ways, but never because I wanted. Things I need just tend to happen when I'm happy and balanced. When that is my focus, the rest just appears. I love that. And that's why we're talking about intentional living. Thank you for sharing that. Intentional living, meaning having balance in all areas of our life. So on the Monday, I talk about being in service, building a business online, how we want to contribute as an author, as a spiritual entrepreneur, planning out our business, planning out the times that we're working so that it doesn't overpower our light work, doesn't overpower our lifestyle. It fuels our lifestyle. And then on Tuesdays, we talk about health. We decide to really fuel our health. On Wednesdays, we talk about being happy, right? And those emotions. Then environment. I want to travel. While I teach, I've been in different environments. I'm out of London now and I'm back in my second hometown. And then relationships make the world go around, in my opinion. I love it. And so sometimes we find ourselves in relationships that are toxic, things that we have to let go. Our relationship with ourselves, that's what we focus on. And then spirituality, because some people are just, when you're on that awakening journey, these are the tools that I used to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So when for my audience, my soul tribe, calling in my soul tribe, have gone through a dark night of the soul or going through a dark night of the soul and rebuilding their life and reimagining their life and seeing themselves in a new light, creating a new identity. So you're living proof of, like, when you do that, it happens. And so the contribution and the finances, if we don't decide when we want to work, who we want to work with, what pricing, etc., then it doesn't as a business owner. So I love that. And I wanted to have that life work balance. I didn't want to just be working and I didn't want to force it. I wanted to actually have the most beautiful relationships and relationship with me and, do fun stuff and have adventures. Alice says, I'm totally balanced with health somehow. Love it. Good. That's good. And the vision board challenge is about the mental health, the physical health, the spiritual health, the emotional health, the environmental health, the spiritual health, all of the healths. And when we look back, it's like, okay, what life did we leave? What legacy did we leave? And there's a lot of people that think, I'd love to leave this legacy, but every single day now is when we're leaving a legacy. So I love that. And, you know, for me, I'll talk about this book in a second. It wasn't about working one-on-one and trading time for money, how we're shown. I wanted to work one-to-many so I could have that freedom and go off and do my travels. It's all very important. Yeah, it really is. And I think that you don't really realize until it's kind of, you know, shit's hitting the fan, basically. So we played the sole income game, bank 50k in 50 days, tithing 10% of your income now, vibrationally. And then if you want support with the bank 50k in 50 days challenge and actually creating a business model that is built on freedom, the intentions, then come to the bank 50k in 50 days challenge. The Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass. It happens on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. I'm not going to be doing tomorrow's. I'm going to be doing November's because I've moved, I've relocated, I've got to get myself situated. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I love supporting my students. Always says, yes, woo, woo. Yeah, doing it vibrationally and doing it in the physical. So we do it everything energetically. So we feel really good. Because a lot of times people have resistance to taking in action, or they say everything goes wrong when they start to move forward. Well, energetically, they're not aligned, right? My alarm's going to go off again. Right, so what have we got? We've done the soul income game. I think it's a card. I'll do the card, then I'll do the book. I think that's it for today. I think so. Yeah. All right, so this card is Keepers of the Light from Cal Gray. Cal Gray? Yeah. Oh, I don't even think you can see it. Sorry, I've not got this. Oh, here. Aha. Kind of, but you can't see the word. It's hope. I pulled this card for us. It's hope, love, and acceptance. It says, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. And so my move. Oh, you said, I thought, do you know what I read that as? Do you know, did you see my jaw drop? I thought you said, I hate that deck. And I was going to go, oh, I love this deck. You have that deck. I love it. I was like, oh, she hates it. I love it. Excuse me. It's the only deck that I've got. I love it. I love it. I really do. Yes. That is funny. Love and accept. Love is yours. And so I've been talking about love all week. And that choose loving thoughts. And I am shifting now and catching up with that because I've gone through this transition and I've moved, and, you know, a friendship that, you know, has taken a toll and it's taken a strain in both ways. And there's a lot of forgiveness, probably work for each other. And not that we've fallen out, like actually like gone at each other or anything like that, but just we've grown apart as people, and that's okay. But I want to choose loving thoughts. It's like draw a line in the sand. So that was absolutely for me today, to choose those loving thoughts. And I've kind of probably been about 50-50, and I know that, and I need to tip that point where, you know, it's just all loving thoughts. I look at the Lemuru. What's that? Lemuru. Right, just know that I've got Ulan and dyslexia, so I can't say that. Lemuru, you guys say it. Oracle decks, girl, it's amazing. Really, I can't even say it, so I'll look at the comments after. I love this one. All right, so multiple streams of income, right? And I picked a part to actually read to you. So the author, Andrea Lee, and the story behind this book are beyond Lemuria. Okay, I'll send you some pics. Thank you, love. So when I left my ex-husband many years ago now, I was married and I got happily divorced. May have been through that, may not have. Actually, and when I moved, I hadn't seen the man in 10 years. Oops, sorry. We actually had a conversation, and it was a beautiful conversation, and we've come full circle, which is really nice. But at that time, I was like, how do I build my coaching business? I'd just been introduced to coaching and I didn't really know. And so I'd got this book, and it said about multiple streams of coaching income. Now it's kind of common, but back then it wasn't. 11 years ago, 12 years ago. And so the author says, why I wrote this book. I have two purposes in writing this book. First, to share with you what I now realize is the greater truth about what successful coaching looks like and what success means to you. Again, I talk about spiritual business success. For me, success first and foremost as my relationships, like that. And so when things are out of alignment, that affects me deeply with relationships, because I just think, love, that does make the world go around, right? So, and the second is to help you transform your relationship with coaching into a deep and abiding, and above all, a multifaceted one. I divided this book into several major sections. The first, I talk generally about the shift from the old one-on-one coaching model to the multiple streams approach. So, are you working one-on-one, or are you working one-to-many? Do you want to work one-to-many? That's when I made the decision that I didn't want to work one-on-one. I was like, oh, this feels amazing. But if you've ever tried to create multiple streams of income or passive income streams, they're not passive and leveraged in the beginning. It takes a while to actually hone your craft, hone your skills and your gifts, and then repackage and repurpose everything. And so that's when I went to London. I know how to do it, and I've done it for many, many years now, but I wasn't able to record the quality that I wanted to record. And I was like, this model is something that I know with my Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge needs to be done in a way that feels like my energy's in my recordings, my message it needs to be super clear. And again, the contrast that I had, I was like, oh, okay, this is what it is. So I'm really looking forward to doing this again with the knowledge of I've done it before, and I'm going to up level it. So she says, in the second section, I invite you to explore a unique coaching perspective of marketing as I reframe some traditional perceptions of what marketing is. Make sure your brain is loose and open. Shake out all the curled up roots so they can breathe and absorb. This will let old ideas out and make room for new ones that will serve you better. And what came to mind when I read this was I had some. Okay, so Alice is giving me a tutorial. I really appreciate this. Lemuria. That is the fun. My brother is dyslexic. Lemuria. Yeah. Thank you so much. Do you know what you got? Yes! I did it. I don't think I can say it again, but I did it. Woo! See that? Teamwork makes a dream work. What? Teamwork makes a dream work. Thank you. Really appreciate that. That is just amazing. I love it. So this brought up the thing of what was I going to say? So reframing that the marketing. Hang on, let me just get my train of thought back with the coaching. Invite you to explore a new perspective of so I had a coaching call with a guy, Rich Lipton. He's now the Mind Valley guy, like not the Mind Valley guy, but he's the ever coaching guy from Mind Valley. And he did breakthrough sessions. He said he's going to do 1,000 breakthrough sessions in a year, and I happen to have 2, a follow-up call, right? And he said I don't know if it was or whether it was through his teaching, but he said that through his teachings, he says that in order to feel good about marketing, what he did was bring coaching into his marketing. So he never felt like he was marketing. He always felt like he was coaching. And I took that and I ran with it. And so me doing this 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast isn't formal. Alice is giving me a tutorial of how to say the Oracle deck card name. It's fun for me. It's me, sharing, not necessarily coaching. I mean, when my students are on here, then, if we need to brainstorm something, I actually coach around all of these topics. So I have the 7 Freedoms Frequency call-in gym, which I gift my boot campers and my masterminders. And this is for me. So he said, make it feel like, so your calendar, when you're looking at your marketing and you're looking at your, I say, soul work, you're looking at how you're contributing, it doesn't feel like there's a difference. And I love that. And I took that and I rode with it. So that's a different way. So I've got 2 more sections. So Alice says it is the sister city to Atlantis. Oh, is it? See, everybody else on here will know that, Alice, apart from me. So the 3rd section she says she outlines in the book is practical applications of coaching approach to the individual streams of income. In every stream, there are ways in which we can transfer the science and art of whatever we've learned to do in with one-on-one clients into information products and speaking engagements and more. And I love that. And so we do, and that's what I teach, to package up your knowledge, package up what it is that you're doing. And I don't know how many income streams I've got, passive and leverage income streams I teach you to do. So in the 4th section, she addresses what to do when you wake up each morning and face the challenges of reorientating yourself to the new game of coaching. How do you get over the most common speed bumps, and how can you ease the transition from the old mindset to the new one? And I talk about moving from that poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. And I love what I do. And this literally was in my world 11 years ago. And where I'm going tonight to stay and see my sister-in-law is where I got that book. And I remember reading it thinking, how am I going to get to the end of this book? What the heck does that actually mean? And now all this time on, you know, I've been doing this for years. So I love that. So the last thing that I want to leave you with, and Alice, thank you so much for your time and your energy and your input. This just, it lights me up. And so I'd love to invite you. And Alice, I don't even know if you're on here. So I want to invite you to SBYN, I call it, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, which I'm the producer of. We have a free monthly networking call. Again, the link is in the show notes and the description. It's for spiritual entrepreneurs who want to start a YouTube channel, a YouTube podcast. Alice, I don't know what's on your YouTube channel, so I'll have a look. I haven't stalked you. So you, to support you to do the M word, the marketing, but actually get your gifts out there, right? And so I know you're in the group, but the link to the monthly call, it's a free networking call to come together to co-create, collaborate, cross-promote, and connect. And what we do is hold space for each other. We find people that who have a similar vision to us. We create what I call joint vision partnerships, and we collaborate. We get interviewed, we feature, we refer, we recommend, we root for each other's success. And we are a like-minded tribe, a soul tribe that are there when we're out there in the world and we haven't got people around us who get us. It's a space for the most beautiful souls. I'm really excited to build that space again. I did build the space where I had the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, and I had 1,200 members come into the Facebook group in 12 weeks. I was with a co-producer at the time, and it was amazing. The calls were absolutely amazing. However, I wanted to bring it where people wanted to be visible. People really wanted to do their soul work in the world, and they wanted to cross-promote and collaborate. And you'll see me do that. Apologies again. You'll see me bring others onto the YouTube channel in a joint vision partnership. So yeah, come onto the monthly call, the link again. Alice says, I'll check it out. Yeah, definitely. You have one, you have a YouTube channel, tarot and spiritual stuffs. Yes. Woo-hoo. Right up my street. But I sell organic soaps and body soaps. And that's not trading time for money. Yes. That's not trading time for money. But the way that I want to do my business is I want to automate it. So that the link that's in the show notes for the monthly call, you will get emails that remind you 2 days, 48 hours, 24 hours, and 2 hours before. I don't have to touch it. It's actually scheduled out for the next 7 years. Like, I will be here on my YouTube channel, showing up, speaking out, and serving deep daily. Living it, because this is for me first. It's for me before it's for you guys, and it's for my students. This is actually streamed out into the Soul Legacy Academy. I repurpose everything. Because people are like, I don't know, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm there for my students, I'm there for me. I'm saying to the universe, here I am. I want to live an intentional life. I don't want to get caught up. This is success for me. So I love you, and I think you are amazing. I want to say big love. I made that shift into saying big love, right? Rather than I love everyone that's on here, because I don't know everybody that's on here. So I'm going to send you big love and encourage you to shine your light and share your gifts, because you were born to serve. Alison, I love what you're doing. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate your energy coming into the summit. We've got more shows October through to April on the 2 Mil Binge Watch Wednesdays of the month. I think they're going to be my favorite days of the month. Like 2 days I show up at 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. UK time. And, you know, I'm literally coming back online after a whole year of looking after 3 children, fostering. And I had my business in a certain framework, but I wanted to tweak it. And so I'm coming out with this model, and I am absolutely loving it, and I'm having fun doing it. Alison, I'll send some pics of this deck. You'll love it. Thank you so much. With that, big love again, and I shall see you tomorrow for Contribution Freedom Monday. Take care.